From players sabotaging each other on the green to moments of pure chaos on course, the Ryder Cup has been the stage for some of golf's most disrespectful and shocking incidents. Blood-pumping rivalries, hostile crowds, and raw emotions have turned a gentleman's game into a battlefield. These are the moments when pride, pressure, and pure defiance collide, leaving fans and players stunned. Rory McIlroy, the eagle and the bow. Let's rewind to 2012 at Hazeltine National Golf Club. 20,000 screaming American fans, hostile from the first tee, had been relentlessly heckling Rory McIlroy all day. Every shot he took was met with jeers. Europe had been crushed in the morning session, losing 4-0, and now desperation hung heavy in the air. McIlroy, paired with rookie Thomas Pieters, stepped up on the 16th green. A 20-foot eagle putt. America's Golden Boys, Dustin Johnson and Matt Kuchar, watched intently, ready to crush Europe's chances. McIlroy lined up the downhill slider, the crowd fell silent, and then it happened. The ball rolled and dropped. Eagle. Europe got a point, but the drama didn't end there. McIlroy turned to the crowd, pumped his fists, and delivered not one, but two theatrical bows like a Broadway curtain call. Then, with defiance in his voice, he shouted, "Come on!" The Minnesota gallery erupted. McIlroy later admitted he had planned the celebration before ever hitting the putt. A statement, a rebellion, and a message, all in one. Patrick Reed, shush the crowd. Fast forward to 2014, Glen Eagles in Scotland. The European crowd was merciless, making life miserable for any American player. Enter Patrick Reed, a 24-year-old rookie from Texas, paired with Jordan Spieth. Reed was different. While others wilted under the pressure of screaming fans, Reed thrived. During his singles match against Henrik Stenson, a fan heckled him about his putting. On the 7th hole, Reed nailed a 10-foot birdie putt right after Stenson's, and then, in one audacious move, placed his index finger to his lips. Shush. The crowd went ballistic. Reed didn't flinch. He had told an entire nation of golf fans to quiet down on their home turf, and then went on to win the match, finishing as the only unbeaten American at Glen Eagles that year. Nick Faldo, public betrayal. Not all disrespect comes from players or crowds. Sometimes it comes from those in your corner. During a broadcast at Glen Eagles, Nick Faldo, watching from the safety of the commentary booth, attacked Sergio Garcia, calling him useless regarding the 2008 Ryder Cup loss. 6 years later, Faldo's remarks during live coverage triggered outrage. Players were furious. Ian Poulter described the moment, "The guys are fuming. It's a cheap shot at the worst possible time." A former captain deflecting blame onto his own players, publicly, live on air. The gallery gone wild. Disrespect isn't always on the scoreboard. It often comes from the cheap seats. Hazeltine, 2016. Andy Sullivan and Rory McIlroy struggle over a 12-foot putt missing repeatedly. David Johnson, an insurance agent from North Dakota, heckles them relentlessly. Most pros ignore the crowd, but Henrik Stenson snapped. He challenged Johnson directly, "You think you can make it? Let's see it." The crowd exploded as Johnson was pulled onto the green. Justin Rose laid down $100 next to the ball. Johnson rolled it in. The gallery went wild. 3 Ryder Cup players, best in the world, outplayed by a random fan. Bolt versus Brown, the chair of sabotage. Golf is supposed to be dignified, but in 1957 at Lindrick Golf Club in Yorkshire, tempers boiled over. Tommy Thunderbolt Bolt, notorious for breaking clubs, faced Eric Brown. Brown, calm but calculating, plotted his own psychological warfare. Every time Bolt slowed play, Brown would sit on a folding chair he had strategically placed on the course, legs crossed, watching the game like a spectator. No handshake, no respect, just pure strategic disrespect. Britain won their first Ryder Cup in over 20 years. Brooks Koepka, frustration meets rules. Fast forward to 2021 at Whistling Straits. Brooks Koepka, paired with Daniel Berger, faced Sergio Garcia and Jon Rahm. Koepka's drive landed near a drainage area he feared would interfere with his swing. After multiple officials denied him relief, Koepka, frustrated and still nursing a wrist injury, pointed at the officials and warned, "If I break my wrist, it's on both of you." Then, in a dramatic twist, he executed a perfect shot anyway, silencing critics and showing his resilience under pressure. Fans crossed the line. Colin Montgomery. Not all disrespect is strategic. Sometimes it's outright cruelty. At Brookline 1999, Colin Montgomery endured relentless personal attacks from the crowd. Mocking his appearance, insulting his family, and shouting vile comments during his swing, Montgomery faced it all. Even Payne Stewart, his opponent, intervened to defend him. The incident highlighted just how far fan hostility can go, beyond sportsmanship and into the personal. Seve Ballesteros, psychological mastery. Seve Ballesteros wasn't just a golfer, he was a psychological warrior. At the 1987 Ryder Cup in Muirfield Village, Ballesteros faced Curtis Strange on the first hole. Strange blocked his putt line, violating a basic golf etiquette. Ballesteros, red with intensity, stepped in, stared him down, and asked 3 words that cut deeper than any putt. "Bother you?" Then, he made the putt perfectly, fist pumping in defiance. His victory that day helped Europe claim its first win on American soil. Anthony Kim, rookie disruption. The 2008 Ryder Cup at Valhalla showcased another side of disrespect, subtle and silent. Anthony Kim, a 23-year-old rookie, interfered in Sergio Garcia's rule discussion over stone steps. Kim's tone implied that Garcia was seeking an unfair advantage. Even without shouting, his actions demonstrated how psychological pressure and disrespect can manifest quietly, yet effectively, in high-stakes golf. The Battle of Brooklyn, a cup lost and won. September 26, 1999. America trailed 10-6 at the Country Club in Brookline, needing a near-impossible comeback. Justin Leonard and Colin Montgomery were the final hurdles. Leonard rolled a 45-foot uphill putt, igniting the American team and crowd into frenzy. The celebration, while technically premature, overwhelmed Jose Maria Olazabal, who missed a critical 22-foot putt. America won the Ryder Cup in a whirlwind of chaos. The crowd, the players, the emotional storm. One of the most disrespectful, yet iconic moments in Ryder Cup history. Patrick Reed's public scorching. Paris 2018. Reed and Spieth, America's most successful duo, were split by Captain Jim Furyk. Reed was paired with Tiger Woods, still finding form after personal and physical struggles. The chemistry collapsed. After America suffered a humiliating defeat, Reed didn't hold back. In the New York Times, he publicly criticized both Spieth and Furyk, questioning their decisions and leadership. Reed aired dirty laundry while wounds were still fresh, a move that shocked fans and teammates alike. Tom Watson's press conference nightmare. Glen Eagles, 2014. Europe had just demolished the US 16.5 to 11.5. Tom Watson, back at 65 to reclaim former glory, faced relentless criticism. A press conference became the perfect storm. Phil Mickelson systematically dismantled Watson's leadership in front of the media, highlighting poor communication and lack of player input. The fallout was immediate. Watson's credibility questioned, and a Ryder Cup task force was born to prevent similar disasters. Every Ryder Cup reveals the raw character of players, their pride, their strategy, and how they react under pressure. From Rory McIlroy's defiant bows to Seve Ballesteros' psychological dominance, from fan madness to public player criticism, disrespect comes in many forms. But each moment, no matter how shocking or controversial, defines the drama, intensity, and pure spectacle that is the Ryder Cup. Golf may be a gentleman's game, but history shows us, on the right stage, even gentlemen can fight, strategize, and provoke in ways that shock the world.